जी तो आइल्स स्पीकिंग बुक 17 का टेस्ट नंबर 2 हम डिस्कस करने जा रहे हैं। इसके सैम्पल आंसर्स देखते हैं कि क्या होंगे। तो आइए स्टार्ट करते हैं। पार्ट नंबर 1 जो कि रीडिंग के बारे में है। डिड यू हैव अ फेवरेट बुक व्हेन यू वर अ चाइल्ड? व्हाई? क्या बचपन में आपकी कोई फेवरेट बुक थी और क्यों? Yes, I had a favorite book which was Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. It was my favorite book because of three reasons. It took me to uh, an imaginary world. I could experience the adventures which were not physically possible for me, but imaginatively they were. And number three, there was a lot more to learn from that book. How could one be able to survive in all conditions of life? I like to read it again and again. Sawal number 2, how much reading do you do for your work or studies? Why and why not? Because I am a student and I have to study a lot. I have to complete my assignments. I have to do some work. I have to appear in the exams, the quizzes, the presentation. So I have to do reading a lot for my studies. Sawal number 3. What kinds of books do you read for pleasure? Why and why not? Mostly I'm not a book person, but whenever I have a chance to, I like to read some novels, some detective novels I'm interested in for pleasure. Do you prefer to read a newspaper or a magazine online or to buy a copy? Why? I prefer to read newspaper by buying a copy, not by not online, because I think I can mark things on it. I can keep a record of it, and plus there is an association with the hard copy of books and magazines and journals and newspapers. So I like to read. I like to buy a copy of whatever I read. पार्ट नंबर 2 जो कि क्यू कार्ड है उसकी तरफ आते हैं। डिस्क्राइब अ बिग सिटी यूड लाइक टू विज़िट। कौन सा बड़ा शहर आप जाना चाहेंगे? विच बिग सिटी यूड लाइक टू विज़िट, और वहाँ आप क्या क्यों विज़िट करना चाहेंगे? हाउ यू वुड ट्रैवल देयर, वहाँ कैसे आप जाएंगे? व्हाट यू वुड डू देयर, वहाँ करेंगे क्या? एंड एक्सप्लेन वाई यू वुड लाइक टू विज़िट दिस बिग सिटी, और बताएं कि इस बड़े शहर को क्यों विज़िट करना चाहेंगे। तो आंसर इसका शुरू करते हैं। I'd like to visit Lahore, which is the capital of the state Punjab I live in. I'd like to travel to this city on my car because I think it can save my time and energy, and it allows me to meet the social standards wherever I want to go. And I would do lot many things there because first there are some art centers, and I want to experience some theater and some Alhambra Art Center. I want to visit the art galleries there. I want to see the old historical buildings, the universities there, and it is the city of parks, and I want to enjoy the old parks which are for around 200, 300, 4 years ago, and there are modern latest parks as well, and I want to see them, and I want to live through uh, that period in my imagination, and I want to feel that evolution of construction and culture and the mind here and everything. And plus, I want to visit some of my friends who live in Lahore, and they have always invited me there, but I couldn't have time to see them, and I like to see them. And I like to visit the food there because it's a multicultural uh, city, and almost all kinds of food is available there, almost all kinds of people are there, and I want to enjoy the local culture there, and the old streets and the old food and the old traditions I want to see, so that I could be fresh, and it would be a completely renewing experience for me. And I'm sure when I get back from that city, I will be renewed, refreshed, and lighter than feather person. This is why I want to see this grand, beautiful, old city of Lahore. पार्ट नंबर 3 की तरफ आते हैं, जिस जो डिस्कशन टॉपिक्स हैं उनमें पहला टॉपिक है विजिटिंग सिटीज़ ऑन हॉलीडेज़। उस पर 3 सवाल हैं। व्हाट आर द मोस्ट इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग्स टू डू व्हाइल विजिटिंग सिटीज़ ऑन holiday? I think there are 3 main things to do on holidays. Number 1 is going to cinema. Number 2, enjoying the food in the streets and in some restaurants with your friends and family. Number 3 is doing some crazy things like some long walks, some visiting some parks, doing some meditation, going to gyms and swimming and water parks, and all that stuff should be done on the holidays. This is what I think. Why can it be expensive to visit cities on holidays? Visiting cities on holidays can be expensive because huge rush of people move to cities on holidays, and uh, the traffic increases on the entertainment points, and they raise uh, the wages and the prices of the tickets and food and residence and everything. And this is why it can be expensive to get your ticket, to get a seat somewhere and a place to reside. Sawal number 3, do you think it is better to visit cities alone or in a group with friends? So it can be both in different situations. Like sometimes you want to visit a city with your friends, and sometimes you want to go alone. So it depends on your mood and situation and availability of the thing. So it can't be fixed. पार्ट नंबर 3 डिस्कशन टॉपिक्स के सेक्शन 2 की तरफ आते हैं। द ग्रोथ ऑफ सिटीज़। ग्रोथ ऑफ सिटीज़ पे 3 सवाल हैं। Why have cities increased in size in recent years? Cities have increased in size for a number of reasons. Number 1, uh, people who live in villages, they move to cities because they do some jobs there. There are opportunities of growth, opportunities of good education, of good health, of good business and jobs, and everything is there. So this is why they move to cities, and the population of cities increase. Number 2, big businesses, big universities, big colleges are there. So the students and the workers move to the cities. This is the second reason, and such reasons are there which cause the increase in the size of the cities. What are the challenges created by ever growing cities? There are a number of challenges, like finding a place to reside, is there, finding affordable food, affordable residence, and finding a job, suitable job, and making your mark in the business world, and making a career. Such challenges are there in the cities, and having a clean and cool atmosphere is also a big challenge in the cities these days. Number three, in what ways do you think cities of the future will be different to cities today? I don't think there will be much difference, except some construction styles would be different, and some facilities can be different, and cities will be turned into the marketplaces because people are moving uh, to well planned housing schemes and towns for residents, and they don't like to live in the cities, and cities will be the business hubs in future. This is what I think. इस टेस्ट को देखने के लिए आपका शुक्रिया. इसको ज़रूर रिपीट करें, और ये इजी टेस्ट्स हैं. इसमें आप बहुत अच्छी तरह से ख़ुद भी आंसर कर सकते हैं. बहुत इजी क्वेश्चंस हैं, लेकिन आपने अपनी लैंग्वेज के स्टैंडर्ड्स को ज़रूर कायम रखना होगा. थैंक यू.